Hello, everyone, and welcome to our interview series, Digital Solutions and Artificial Intelligence for Local Democracy, Opportunities for Local Governance and Public Administration. And today, I'm absolutely glad to welcome Fabio Fraticelli, who is the Chief Executive Officer at TechSoup Italia, one of the leading voices in the digital transformation for the nonprofits and the public sector. And Fabio combines over 15 years of experience in digital innovations. He also works with different international organizations such as UNICEF, ActionAid, Acifero, ALDA, and many, many others. And he also teaches the social entrepreneurship at the University of Cattolica. Fabio, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you, Dennis, for the invitation. It's absolutely my pleasure to be here with you today.
Yeah, thanks a lot. The pleasure is all mine. And I'm quite sure that your profile perfectly connects innovations, academia, and social impact. And that's exactly what we are going to explore today, how technology and even artificial intelligence can serve democracy rather than displace it. And to start our conversation, I would like to ask you, how would you describe the current relationship between the digital innovation and democratic governance at the local level?
Well, there is probably a deeper connection than expected because, the evolution of technologies implies that every day, everybody is more and more increasing the usage of technology. So, if you check on your pockets right now, you will see that you probably have a device, a smartphone, no matter which type of smartphone, but you have a device that connects you basically globally through the internet. This is just an example of how pervasive is the diffusion of technology. Okay? It's not anymore a question about if, but it's a question about how much and how it is spreading. So this is potentially a great opportunity to foster democracy at a local level, because nowadays we have a higher chance to connect citizens and institutions directly through the technology. There are so many different evidences and cases where the technology can help in building this relationship. At the same time, together with good usage of technology for these goals, so to connect institutions and citizens and to foster democracy, together with these opportunities, there is a set of potential risks and problems that can arise. The most evident one is probably the one related to the spread of fake news and in general to the polarization of the thoughts and of the mindset of citizens. But this is just one of the potential threats that are available. Technology is absolutely spreading. There is a high chance to leverage technology to create more inclusive, more participated, more democratic environments. But at the same time, there are some arising challenges that are coming.
Okay, yeah, I see. And from your experience with the nonprofit sector, what lessons could local governments learn from the NGOs that have already approached the digital transformation?
Well, Dennis, to make super short a super long story, I think that non-profit are at the moment one of the most effective sensors, data collectors, environment sentinel that are available for any local government. Non-profit organizations, even if they are small, sometimes because they are small and flexible and super connected with the local environment, they are super good in capturing new waves, minor trends, minor signals that are often not immediately captured by local governments. The problem, let's say, with those organizations is that usually they are not super good in capturing those signals in a very, how can I say, structured, clear, analyzable way. Usually they use qualitative data, non-quantitative data. They collect insights, they capture some type of evidences, and those evidences are often stored and recorded into, not into databases, into into notes, piece of papers, quick messages that are exchanged between volunteers and coordinators, and so far so on. And, through new technologies, mostly through generative AI, those weak signals can be kept, and qualitative signals can be captured nowadays in a quick, safe, reliable way, and can be transformed into a more robust data set that can be leveraged by local governments. So if I should summarize my answer to this question, I will say they can be considered like local data platform, local sentinels that can collect data while they do they realize their own programs.
Okay, yeah, thanks a lot for this explanation. I think that one challenge we often hear from the municipalities is how to innovate quickly without losing accountability and citizen trust. So, what is your opinion? What is your perspective? How can authorities balance these two forces, innovation and responsibility?
It's a very hard equilibrium to be found. It's not easy at all. Sometimes citizens push for innovation. They ask for innovation. The society asks for innovation, but sometimes without knowing how complex can be implement something new without losing the control and the reliability, and so basically by preserving some basics rights that are that must be preserved by local authorities. I think that one possible path is via experimenting, so via pilot. So trying to increase the number of micro tests that are done, that can be done related to new technologies, or in general to innovations. So something that often blocks or hinders local authorities from trying to make an innovation is because it's hard to define a pilot test, let's say, a pilot environment, a pilot situation where the innovation can be tested. While, in my opinion, this is pivotal, this is the key for any successful innovation. If you find a case, an environment, a background where you can test an innovation, you increase a lot the possibility to learn about that innovation and learn about the effects of that innovation, both wanted and sometimes unwanted effects. And you can also bring on board several stakeholders, nonprofit, society in general, civil society, etc. So my suggestion would be to make pilot tests and to just to do it.
Yeah, just try it. Yeah, try it and understand how it works, and maybe make some adoptions and proceed with that. Yeah.
Yeah,
If you
exactly,
if they
exactly.
don't start, they won't understand how it works.
Yeah, the key word is just get started, in a controlled, manageable environment. So, where basically the risk is absolutely under control, but where organizations can learn from their own tests.
Yeah, absolutely true. Thanks a lot for expressing this idea. What do you think? What are the most promising digital tools or solutions that municipalities can adopt today to make governance more participatory and efficient?
Well, AI is for sure one of the leading technologies. Even if, let me say, Dennis, that we are still discovering and understanding how we can leverage the most out of this technology, how we can use better this technology. So I will not say that AI is the answer to each type of problem, of course. I think that since it is a, let's say, a base technology that can be used in many different situations, it gives the opportunity also to local authorities, to municipalities, to basically increase the relationship with the citizens. There are plethora of different applications that can be made. Some examples are always mentioned, like, chatbot, for example, that can increase the efficiency in the connection with citizens when the municipalities is supposed to give answer. So chatbot can nowadays be trained with local knowledge base. They can improve more and more the quality of their answer. There can always be the human in the loop. So, when the question is too complex or the answer is not completely appreciated or clear enough for the user, a real human can take the control of the chat, of the conversation. So it's absolutely something that can be explored. Other options are on the control, on the management of internal processes. Often municipalities are take care of the management of a lot of facilities, parks, public venues, public amenities, and those services, those places need a continuous maintenance. Some models can be used to improve the efficiency and the quality of the maintenance while reducing costs. This is another example, let's say, less common, no, but still relevant for the municipalities. Other examples can be made in analyzing data and in capturing sentiment and or opinions of citizens that can once again that can share their feedback, their thoughts, their impressions with the municipality, even without filling a survey, but just sending a picture or a voice message to a WhatsApp number. So there are a lot of aspects where AI can play a pivotal role.
Yeah, that's true. And now, when we talk about innovations, we actually discussed the civil society, discussed the local authorities, the national authorities, and so on. But I think that it will be correct to include also a very crucial actor, which is tech companies, which naturally play a major role in bringing in the innovations. But my question would be, should they be in the driving seat of the public digital transformation? Or what should be the role of the tech companies in these processes?
Well, Dennis, I think that the complexity when we talk about technology is so high that it's hard to face it without the help and without a strong, robust partnership with companies, with profit organizations. They can be vendors, they can be system integrators, they can be consultants, but the complexity is really high. And usually municipalities are not equipped enough, are not staffed enough with enough people to cover and to manage such a complexity. So I think there cannot be an effective innovation without a profit, public profit, and even non-profit partnership. It's absolutely needed to understand the needs, to implement the solutions, to fine tune the solutions, the innovations, to foster the innovation and to bring the innovations to civil society, and to the in general to the society. So absolutely, I cannot see any other, let's say, organizational asset and organizational structure, than the one which is made of a partnership between profit, non-profit, and even public, of course, sector. So that's my feeling about that.
Okay, yeah, thanks a lot for sharing them. And now I would like to bring our conversation back to people, to inclusion and to empowerment. How can digitalization and artificial intelligence empower citizens and not just institutions?
Yeah, I briefly mentioned that already, but I'm really happy to go deeper in this. I think artificial intelligence can be considered to some extent like an interface, like a new, or if you prefer, a new user experience. So a new way for citizens to interact with software, no matter their level of knowledge, skills, technical knowledge, digital maturity, etc. Because basically, when we talk about artificial intelligence and we talk about generative artificial intelligence, we are we talk about a type of an interface that can be put between the user and the backend, and whoever is behind the interface. And for the first time, you can talk to a software, you can speak to a software, you can have a call with the software, you can have a video call with the software. So it's the first time where basically you don't need any technical knowledge to access software infrastructure that is put together by a municipality or by institutions. This is true, and this is a great opportunity, and it opens also in the long term to new paradigms that can arise, because we usually tend to see, when we talk about digital, we tend to think about a linear paradigm from the institution to the citizen, and eventually vice versa, but still in an infrastructure that is completely 100% defined and designed by the institution. But maybe in the future, we are gonna see some MCP servers to arrive. So we could imagine cases where the public institution open, like they did with APIs, for example, open their systems to third party that
Mhm.
can build agents or in general AI solutions by including those knowledge and those systems, those public systems. So maybe in the next future, we will see a new wave of non-public built AI solutions for common good or for citizens, where agents collaborate together to provide the best experience as possible for the citizens, and to increase the quality of services and projects made to citizens.
Okay, yeah, thanks a lot. And Fabio, as we wrap up already our conversation, I would like to know what would be your key message to the local leaders who are just starting their digital transformation journey.
Well, Dennis, for sure, don't be afraid of experimenting. Don't be keen. I mean, just try it, just start. It won't be perfect for sure. There will be need for improvement, but the learning that comes with every experiment is much higher than the pain that eventually can arrive. The most important thing is to set up small things, small pilot that can be done. That's, in my opinion, the best way to do digital transformation at your own pace, with your by following a path that is consistent with the resources, the previous experience, the knowledge, the chances, the possibility that the institution has at the local level to to make a proper digital transformation journey.
Okay, thanks a lot. And finally, when you look ahead, are you optimistic about the future of digital democracy?
Oh, well, it's hard to say. Short sentence. It's hard to say, but I'm overall optimistic because I think that given the problems, complexity, the potential threats that I already mentioned, in this interview, I'm quite sure that people, humanity, will find more and more uh, new ways to leverage the state of the art in terms of technology to foster to foster democracy, basically. Okay. Um, Democratic system are not without problems. Okay, are not perfect system. We all know that, but at the moment they prove to be the best way we have to live together in a good way and in to prosper together as human beings. So I think that this force will push humanity forward, and the aim and the desire for common good will prevail among other forces, let's say bad forces or dark forces. So this will, and technology will play a pivotal role in this because it will increase in the long term transparency, participation, accountability. And the more these values grow, the more there is a chance for democracy to increase and to expand, let's say.
Yeah, for sure. And Fabio, thank you so much for sharing your experience and your insights. And it was a real pleasure for me, and I'm quite sure for those who will watch this video to learn these ideas from you. And I do hope that we will have another chance to continue this conversation and to develop this conversation, especially considering the pace, the very high pace of the development of different digital tools and innovations that are more and more introduced into our lives and to the activities, the actions of the local authorities, national authorities, and so on. And yeah, really, thanks a lot, and hope that you enjoyed this conversation as well.
I did 100%, Dennis. Would be great to continue this conversation even in the future. So thank you again for inviting me, and I was really pleased to have this conversation. Thank you.